Latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that the headline inflation rate hits 26.72% year on year in September 2023. This represents a 0.92 percentage rise when compared to 25.8% recorded in the month of August. The report also shows that the food index increased year on year to 30.64% from 29.34% in August. According to the NBS, the rise in food inflation was caused by increases in prices of oil and fats, bread and cereals, potatoes, yam, and other tubers, fish, fruits, meat, vegetables, milk, cheese, and eggs. Earlier on our flagship business show, Business Nigeria, Mr. Tajuddin Ibrahim, Director of Research and Strategy at Chapel Hill, Denham, speaks on the new figures.
The 20 economies that we track at Chapel Hill, Denham, about 18 to 19 of them are currently seeing moderation in their inflation on a year-to-date basis. Nigeria, in this case, seems to be like the outlier, where we continue to see inflation rising. And that suggests to me that the driver of inflation in Nigeria in particular is not so much of external factors. It seems to me to be more of local factors and speaks to the fact that the government, the monetary authority have to work together to ensure that we put in place reforms that can bring down inflation in Nigeria.
Lagos State government wants farmers, food processors, marketers, and all industry players in the agricultural value chain to use water judiciously because they believe without it, there is no life, no food, and obviously, if there is no food, there will be a problem. The State Commissioner for Agriculture, Ms. Abisola Olusonya, made this call during the road walk put together as part of activities to commemorate the 2023 World Food Day with theme Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind. There was also a quiz competition after this walk. This is an annual celebration for Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations and is to encourage action on food security. Commissioner noted that water is becoming scarce due to various environmental and human activities. Therefore, she wants all hands to be on deck to reverse the trend. Board Director, British American Tobacco Nigeria's Foundation, Mrs. Odire Erewa Megasin, calls on the public to be conscious of how they use water to have a sustainable environment.
The fact that water is becoming a scarce resource, it's therefore a privilege as a ministry to be a part of the story around how water utilization can be done in such a way that you can utilize the same water for different purposes through recirculation and some other mechanisms around how you can recycle water.
Farmers are important. Without farmers, we have no food. I love the theme for this year. Water is life. Without water, we can't survive. Water is the big bedrock of everything that we do.
Now it's no longer cutlass and bow. It is with tractors and IT. Information technology or even AI, artificial intelligence can all be used in agriculture. We need to feed a teeming population, which is well over 200, and we cannot do that with cutlasses and bows.
Marketing plays unquantifiable roles in economic development of any nation. It is responsible for industrial development, technological advancement, and economic emancipation of any nation. In light of this, the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, in a bid to strengthen its capacity of marketing profession in the country, is partnering with the Lagos Business School to boost and enhance the profession through various academic research and academic courses to enable members, government agencies, organizations equip themselves for effective delivery of marketing services across sectors of the economy. President of the NIMN, Mr. Idroye Enang, says the collaboration is to derive data that will help drive businesses and build the nation's economy through data that provides solutions to current economic challenges in the country.
One of the cardinal points that we're driving is getting the best out of our people. And the only way we can get the best out of our people is to grow their capacity, is to build their capability. And there couldn't be a better partner to have in that than to have with the Lagos Business School. And of course, taking that further, not just into the research, that will have the privilege to present data and data points that we can evaluate and bring meaningful insights into not just the profession, but also the country, also businesses.
We've come to see that marketing professionals are agents of change and development for the country. And that if marketing professionals do their jobs well, they can help to reposition the country, they can help to change the narrative, they can help to attract diaspora investments. Now that we see that there's Japa and a lot of people are leaving, this is a hidden opportunity to achieve advancement and development.
We're going to have a calendar of activities for next year that really shows how this partnership would be brought alive. It's not just partnership that is on paper, that members would feel, the community will feel, the nation would feel. So within the Institute, we've got different leaders of committees or subcommittees. There's someone that is heading the Learning and Development Subcommittee and would work with the Lagos Business School to look at the current curriculum, look at what Lagos Business School offers, and we've got very sound resource members, faculty members at the LBS, but also practitioners in the Institute that would ensure that the knowledge that is in people's heads, how do we transfer them? Because we need to jointly build this nation.
The stock market begins the week in a negative zone, splashing trade losses on many companies. Effiong Jacob has details.
Securities trading at the NGX exchange got downward as the market opens the week. Dropping stock prices brought the index to red by 0.24%. Cadbury was the stock that dropped the heaviest price value. Others that followed included Chip PLC, Cornerstone Insurance, Keveton Aviation, and ICO Insurance. Dangote Sugar, ETI, Access Corporation, FCMB, and Mansard Insurance all made marginal gains. Going outside Nigeria, many African markets closed in red. The market in Morocco dipped by more than a quarter of a percentage point on the back of sales pressure from investors. It was the same waves of sales activities that influenced the closing trade at the Tanzanian exchange. Finally, the stock market in Accra, Ghana, was down in red as fund managers dropped risk-taking ventures. Effiong Jacob, TVC News, Lagos.
The Board of Directors of the African Development Bank Group has approved the project to provide 60,000 metric tons of fertilizer to 400,000 small farmers in Uganda. The bank, in a statement on its website, said it would be done under the Fertilizer Financing for Sustainable Agricultural Management Project. Financial institutions said the African Fertilizer Finance Mechanism will provide $2 million in partial trade credit guarantees and a grant of $877 million to the African Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership. And the European Union will seek this week to rid off the return of Trump-era metals tariff to lessen the negative impact on the U.S. Inflation Reduction Act and its subsidies for electric vehicles. U.S. President Joe Biden will host European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen and European Council head Charles Michel on Friday for a one-day summit designed to show transatlantic unity towards Ukraine and economic topics. Chief among the latter will be a proposed joint statement on steps to tackle global and overcapacity of steel and aluminium and to promote sustainable production.